Everybody, I'm Mary and I work at PlayMakers Laboratory. Today I'm going to be teaching a little bit of a lesson on persuasive arguments. Ding. What is a persuasive argument? Persuasive argument is an argument, a format of writing that is used to convince someone of your point of view. So it's not an argument like when I get in an argument with my brother and we are arguing about who gets to sit where in the car. Hey, I'm mad at you sort of argument. It is an argument that is constructed specifically to tell someone why you believe a certain thing or why they should maybe change their mind about a certain thing. So, persuasive arguments. There's a few parts to a persuasive argument. First, there is our opening statement and our addressing of the audience. So who are you talking to? That's what we want to say first. So sometimes a persuasive argument is in the form of a letter. So you might be like, "Dear Mom, I believe that I should get a bigger room." So that would be your beginning. You want to state who you're talking to and what it is that you are about to argue. Now, again, when I say argue, I don't mean just like screaming and yelling and disagreeing. I mean like creating a list of evidence, a list of reasons why you believe a certain thing or why you want something to change. So that would be what's needed next in a persuasive argument, is supporting reasons for your argument. So if I said, "Dear Mom, I believe that I should have a bigger room," then you want to add some reasons. So we'll look at that in a second, but reasons are super important for constructing a good argument, and we're going to go over what makes a good reason. Finally, you want to have a conclusion. That means you're bringing everything together. And here's a hint. The conclusion can be similar to the opening statement. We're going to do a practice persuasive argument. And it is about oranges. Oranges. I love oranges. And I think everyone else should love oranges too. So, I have created an argument about oranges. Here we go. Orange argument. Dear orange haters. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Everyone out there who hates oranges, I'm talking to you. I believe everyone should eat oranges. 1, oranges are great. 2, oranges are orange. And 3, oranges are yummy. In conclusion, everyone should eat oranges. Ha-ha, I did it. I made a persuasive argument. Now here's the thing. I want you to ask yourself, did I have all the things that a persuasive argument has? Well, I address my audience. It's the orange haters. I believe everyone should eat oranges. I state my case. I state what I want. And then I have 3 supporting reasons. 1, 2, 3. Bam, bam, bam. And then I have a conclusion. In conclusion, everyone should eat oranges. Now, here's my question though. Is it a good argument? Is it strong?
Please hang up and try again.
It's not a strong argument. Beep-aw. It's kind of repeating itself over and over again. I don't think this is going to convince anyone who doesn't like oranges to give oranges another try. So I wrote a new argument and I gave the reasons a little bit more detailed. I made them a little bit more different. And I really thought, what is so good about an orange? I really thought through that. So let's try this again, shall we? Orange argument revised. Dear orange haters, I believe we should all eat more oranges. First, oranges are delicious and a great citrus component to any meal. Second, oranges are healthy and provide vitamin C for immunity, which is important. so we stay healthy. Third, oranges have juice that hydrates you, and since they are a plant, they provide seeds that grow more oranges. So by eating oranges, effectively, you're giving oranges the opportunity to make more oranges. How cool is that? In conclusion, eat more oranges. And then I might say, love Mary at the end. Now, is this a stronger argument? I believe it is. This has way more details in its supporting reasons. The supporting reasons are different, and they address different topics, right? We talked about health. We talked about flavor. We talked about resourcefulness and being able to make more oranges. So I think that this is a much stronger argument. I want to write an argument that has to do about what's going on in the world right now. And this could be really helpful for a lot of you out there who are wondering, how can I help? How can I change things about the world when I'm just one person? Well, it all starts with one person. And if you know how to make a good persuasive argument, you can actually change a lot of stuff. Here is my first draft. This is the first one I came up with. And it has all the components of an argument, I think, maybe, we'll see. Police officers out of schools. And you can give your argument a title, too, like you would a story. Hello. I believe we should take police officers out of schools. 1, police can be violent. 2, police arrest people. 3, police put students in jail. In conclusion, no more police in schools. So I want you to look at this argument, and I want you to think about, what more could I add here? I think I could for sure add someone that I'm addressing this to. Since I live in the city of Chicago, the person I would write to is the mayor, Mayor Lightfoot. So I think that is something I should add to my argument, is I should address the mayor directly. Now, I say I believe we should take police officers out of school. So I state what I believe, state the case I want to make. And then I have 3 reasons, right? That's as many reasons as I have said you need. But I think I can do a little bit better. I gave it another try, and I wrote another version. So let's look at that one. Take police officers out of public schools. Dear Mayor Lightfoot, there I went ahead and put her name. I am a teaching artist in CPS, that's Chicago Public Schools, and I believe that Chicago Public Schools needs to end their contract with the Chicago Police. Okay, so that's something I didn't do in my first one, is I made a very clear request. So I didn't just say, like, take police officers out without saying how I want it to happen. I want the contract, which means an agreement between Chicago Public Schools and Chicago Police Department. I believe that that agreement should end and they should stop working together. First, putting police in schools makes it more likely that students, especially Black and brown students, will feel unsafe in their learning environment due to evidence that police officers often target members of these communities. Now, this is something that I know to be true, and there's a lot of facts about it. And I also think that the mayor knows those things to be true too. So I did not include any specific like references, or I didn't like put any sort of like links to articles or anything that prove those points, that prove that Black and brown students are targeted by police officers more often. I didn't put that because I know the mayor knows that, but that is something that you could absolutely do, is once you state something that is specific as that, you might want to back it up with some evidence, like maybe an article that you read, or even just like some sort of publication, a book that you read, or a movie. Second, police officers in schools often punish students and make them feel unsafe in their learning environment. So that's similar to the first one, but this one is talking about the punishments that are used. And that is also like a really That's a point to me that is important to make, because I don't really believe in helping people through punishing them. Third, the money that CPS, Chicago Public Schools, spends on police officers in schools is needed to give teachers higher wages, hire more counselors, and bring arts education partners to more students like PlayMakers Laboratory. So that's my organization. So we could go to more schools, and more schools could afford us to come if they weren't paying for police officers. In conclusion, please take police officers out of schools and think about what our students actually need. Sincerely, Mary Tilden with PlayMakers Laboratory. So in my conclusion, I stated what I wanted again, but I also said think about what students actually need, because I wanted to bring it back to the students, because that's who I'm really arguing for in this case. That's who I really want to advocate for. And to advocate means to stand on someone's side and support them and be vocal about supporting them. So I believe that second version of my Take Police Officers Out of Chicago Public Schools is a much better argument. I think it's stronger, and I think there's better points. So that is my short lesson on how to write a persuasive argument and how to write one about something you care about. So I'll be doing more persuasive arguments in the next few weeks around that and similar topics, and I invite you to join me. And I also invite you to follow the links in the comments that PlayMakers Lab has left to know where to send your letters to the mayor, and make sure you send them, because they do matter. They do count. If the mayor gets hundreds and hundreds of these letters, it might change her mind. So write a letter. Tell your friends. We'll see you next week. Check us out on Patreon. We have a public show based on our students' work on patreon.com/PlayMakersLaboratory. And you can go to our website at playmakerslab.org and donate. Thanks for your time.